TCT presents Public Report, a look at the issues and events of importance to our viewing area. Now, here's your host.
Welcome, welcome. We are here at TCT Public Report. I'm your host, Richard McCorkell, and I have my lovely co-host and wife, Crystal McCorkell. Today we have a very special guest. His name is Desmond Scott, and he is the CEO and founder of MDH Fitness. He is also the owner of Prime, which is an athletic training and fitness institute in Durham, North Carolina. Now, Desmond's approach is not just physically, but also spiritually and mentally. Welcome to the show, Desmond.
Richard, thank you. Crystal, thank you for having me.
Yes, absolutely. Welcome. You have a great story, and you are born and bred in this area. Am I right?
All day long, Bull City.
Give me a little background from coming up.
Yeah, so I'm born and raised in Durham, North Carolina. Was born in Durham Regional, now Duke Regional.
Okay.
Graduated from Hillside High School in 2009, where I matriculated and graduated from Duke in 2013.
Okay. And were you always involved in the athletic side of life?
All day long.
Okay.
My dad was my coach, father, daddy, all the different titles that he can have growing up. And he and my mom were responsible for, you know, my sports and my spiritual growth.
Okay. So you had a very close family knit based on faith and so forth?
Yes, indeed.
How big a family did you have?
Just my brother and myself.
Okay.
He's 7 years my senior. He's in the Marine Corps in the station in Hawaii. But, you know, our relationship, you would never be able to tell that we were 7 years apart.
Wow.
He's actually the reason why I started playing football back when I was probably about 6 years old. You know, his friends were 17 all the way down to 13.
Okay.
And I had my way with them playing football in the backyard.
I bet.
And he came home and he was excited to tell my dad, "You should have seen Desmond playing football."
Wow.
Right then and there, I changed my mind from soccer and started playing football.
Oh,
Wow.
wow. And how easy or hard was that transition?
It was a great transition.
Okay.
Soccer being a sport with quick feet, you know, I was able to take that and implement it in football.
Awesome. So, high school, pretty successful athlete?
I was.
Yeah.
Coming out of high school, I was the #1 ranked running back in the state of North Carolina.
Wow.
Number 23 in the nation. Had the opportunity to go anywhere I wanted to play football for free. That free part is definitely key. So I had anywhere to go. I could have went anywhere and played for free.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow. So, where did you decide to go to?
So I ended up going to Duke University, like I stated.
Yes.
Funny story, Duke was not even in my top 10
wow.
as I was being recruited. They didn't give me a scholarship until my senior year, even though I was in their hometown.
Okay.
My top 5 was Florida, Clemson, Georgia, West Virginia, and Rutgers.
Wow.
So I ended up committing to the University of Rutgers going into my senior year. And that summer, I was watching my best friend and her boyfriend. They were in the band. I'm not sure if you were familiar with band in Durham, but it's a very serious thing. So they're practicing during the summer. And I'm watching them practice, and I'm just saying, why am I going to go to New Jersey? You know, these are the people I play for. They're the reason why I play. Right then and there, I changed from Rutgers to Duke.
Wow. And you were happy about that?
I loved it. Wouldn't change it for the world.
Yeah. Now, growing up, how much did being focused on sports and athletics keep you out of trouble?
Well, my dad being a preacher and a police officer, there wasn't much trouble that I was going to get into.
Right.
But it did keep me focused,
Okay.
you know. I'm pretty sure it kept my parents focused as well, because every season there was a sport that I had to play.
Wow.
And then it got to the point where I decided football is where I wanted to go.
Yes.
And literally football became a year-round sport for me,
Wow.
you know. You know, so I still had my fun. You know, I was able to be a teenager. I was able to go to parties, have fun
Yes.
with my friends. However, I knew where I was trying to go, and football was my tool to get into where I wanted to go,
Yes.
which was college for free.
Right.
Wow, that's amazing.
People tend to forget about how committed the family has to be to any one of their children that might be in sports, especially serious about that.
Right.
Not just the parents, but the siblings. I'm sure there was some rivalry going around there, but if you had to support, how supportive was your siblings?
That support you know, from my parents and my brother was amazing. Like I mentioned, my brother was the reason why I started playing.
Okay.
So he was my biggest fan, period. When I was in the 6th, 7th grade, he left to go to the Marine Corps. So I didn't have him around a lot through middle school. But when he came home, he was the loudest in the stadium, which was absolutely wonderful because he was my main reason for playing. But that support that I was able to get from my mom and my dad, and not just them together, but my mom allowing my dad to do all the training, all the good stuff that he did to prepare me to become the athlete that I was, and that I am. I'm still an athlete now.
Yes, you are, yeah.
It was absolutely wonderful, you know, seeing that family dynamic of dad taking the time to prepare his son and my mom allowing him to do so. You know, I was able to see that support from 2 different directions.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's great. And Prime Fitness, tell us, how did you start, and let's talk about that a little bit.
So with Prime Athletic Training and Fitness Institute, Prime Institute for short, I actually stumbled into that business. For the longest, I wanted to be a teacher and a principal. I didn't want to go the NFL route. I wanted to be able to get married, have kids, and enjoy those moments without an achy body. So I knew NFL was not the route I wanted to go. So I actually taught. I taught K through 6 for 6 months. That's a very long time. For 6 months after I graduated from Duke. And my dad said, hey, you should get certified. I don't want to get certified for what? Teaching is what I want to do.
Right.
But the Lord knocked on my door and said, hey, look, go get certified. And that slowly became a business. I went from training 5:30 in the morning to 8 a.m., teaching the kids all day, 8:30 to 3, and training again from 3:30 to 9. So that was my schedule.
Wow.
However, I was able to help more people in those 2 time slots than I was throughout the entire day.
Right.
So at 22, I had a leap of faith and said, hey, look, I'm going to stop working. I'm going to quit or leave a full-time job with health benefits.
Right.
Oh, my goodness.
Guaranteed check.
Wow.
And I'm going to take this leap of faith. And the Lord literally has guided my steps. I call it blessings and common sense. And it literally grew into MDH Fitness, which stands for My Dose of Healthy Fitness.
Nice.
And as years or 2 years went along and more clients started to come, MDH Fitness was the umbrella. Prime Athletic Training and Fitness Institute became the location. And we just, as we went along, put guidelines and perimeters around it to have what we have today.
Wow, so leaving the 9 to 5 and going straight into it, was there any fear or any anxiety?
Oh, by all means.
Yeah.
By all means. But I think the Lord will put you in those situations where you have to be totally dependent upon Him.
Yes, yes.
Right? As entrepreneurs, that is the ultimate leap of faith. And at the age of 22, I was able to see that, but I think it was more of a, this is what I want to do instead of this is what I was put on this earth to do.
Yes.
And I slowly, my mindset began to change from this is what I enjoy doing into, you know, my clients is the reason why I'm put on this earth to help them not only physically but emotionally, spiritually, and mentally as well.
Wow. My goodness. So let's talk about your experience of, I guess, getting the building, moving in, your first location.
Right. So my first building, I was actually blessed, like I said, blessed in common sense. My aunt had a 800 square foot garage. We had a bay door, and I put some equipment in there.
Oh my goodness.
Rent was $200.
Yes.
Everything was good.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know, it was absolutely wonderful. And then for my second facility, we went from 800 square foot to 5,200. This was also a blessing. A friend of mine who was opening up a facility right next door said, hey, I have 5,200 square foot vacant. It's yours if you want it.
Wow.
Move right on in.
Wow.
And the blessing from that is that because I was only paying $200 at the first facility, I had all the liquid money to be able to outfit my new facility.
Wow.
With all
Oh,
the
yeah.
equipment
What a
that
blessing.
I needed.
Wow.
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
wow.
God is good.
Now, did you always think, like, especially when you were in that garage and you're in there, did you kind of visualize where you wanted to go?
I did.
Uh-huh.
I didn't think it would be a year and a half.
Uh-huh.
I didn't think it would definitely move that fast. I did not know at all. So it was scary,
Yeah.
the fact that it moved that fast. However, I was more than appreciative of the fact that it moved that much. And it was just a testament to how hard I was actually working and how much I cared
Right.
about the individuals who allowed me to take care of their lives.
And how did you get to let people know who you were and where you were at?
Well, luckily, I started doing it before social media became saturated
Right.
with Instagram trainers.
Okay.
So I would put up crazy videos of me doing, I don't know, jumping from wall to wall or squatting with someone on my back. And that crazy type of video caught the attention of people, okay? And once I caught their attention, I had to change their mindset from, oh, well, he's gonna have me doing this crazy stuff, to no, I'm not gonna have you doing crazy stuff. I just wanna get your attention to being able to not only put myself on social media, but my clients that I was dealing with on social media. So people was able to see, oh, well, they're not doing crazy stuff, that's
Right.
just him.
Right, right,
Yeah.
right. Wow, and when you talked about the, getting up so early and staying up so late, you really have to be overcome with a passion. And one of the passions that I really admire you is you talked about the 3 Fs. What are the 3 Fs?
Faith, family, and fitness.
Tell me how that fits into what you do.
So with football at Duke, Coach Cut had faith, family, football, and future. Okay, so that's where I got my F's from.
Okay.
When I graduated from college, I didn't know how to put faith within the business because I didn't want to be that dominant person who's trying to force my religion onto my clients.
Right, right.
And then I asked the young lady who I graduated with, how do I do that? And she looked at me and said, Desmond, it's you. People can see the faith through you each and every day by the way that you're dealing with them, by the way you're carrying yourself, the way you treat your girlfriend, the way you treat your family. They see faith through you. And that's what God wants. He wants us to be a light for his kingdom. So that's where the faith came from.
Yes.
Faith family, the family, we're a community-oriented gym. Okay? You have your CrossFit, where you compete, but no, it's not CrossFit. It's an athletic style training where we're going to sweat, we're going to cry, we're going to bleed next to each other 3 times a week at least. And I'm going to hold each and every one of you guys accountable, and you're going to hold each other accountable.
Wow.
So that's that family aspect that we have. And then the fitness, we believe we're the #1 fitness company in North Carolina.
That's awesome.
My goodness.
So there's a lot of accountability.
By all means.
That's great. That's great. So with family, where are you at in your family life?
Where am I at in my family life? That's a great question. I hope to be engaged by the end of this year or next year.
Okay.
To my lovely girlfriend, Janae.
Awesome.
And that's about as far as we go with family right now.
Okay.
My parents, they're retired, and they are traveling. I hope to be where they are when I'm their age. I think they just got back from the Bahamas
Okay.
for Mother's Day. I didn't even see my mom for Mother's Day.
Yes.
And then my brother, he's actually in Japan right now.
Oh, wow.
I think this is his last trip before he's able to retire from the Marine Corps and hopefully start another prime under his leadership.
Nice,
Wow,
nice.
so
You think it's going to be in the area or spread out a
Probably
bit?
somewhere else.
Okay.
Not sure where. Just depends on where he lands after he retires.
That's great. And he has a sort of same passion about that part of the business and training
Yeah,
and so
he
forth?
does. So, of course, you want to take care of your friends and family.
Yes.
And because he's the reason why I started down this path, I want to help him as much as possible.
Yes.
So once he retires, if he doesn't have anything that he wants to do, he's more than welcome to run a prime if that's what he so chooses to do.
That's great.
Wow. And do you have employees at the moment?
Not employees, but we do have contractors. The difference for folks who don't know is employees, I'm telling them you have to be here, you leave here. With contract workers, they can actually come and go as they please. So it's perfect for the way we're set up in business. If I have to train someone at 6 a.m., I come in at 6 a.m. If I don't have another client until noon, I'll leave. I come back and train at noon.
Right.
So it's a very lenient type of position as a contractor.
And what are the age ranges of your clients?
Of our clients, my youngest is 6, my oldest is 72.
Wow.
And Miss Shirley is her name.
All right.
She's 72. She'll come in and she said, Desmond, I don't want to hear all this boom, boom, boom rap music. Put on me some oldies.
All right. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. And those oldies go on.
Yes,
those oldies
yes,
definitely
yes,
go
that's
on.
great.
Yeah. So that there lets you know of that family dynamic. You know, she feels comfortable enough to say, hey, look, change this music.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
you know, parents feel comfortable enough for their 6-year-old kid
Right.
to come train. You know,
Yes.
so the age range is definitely a testament to that family aspect.
Awesome, awesome. And that's how you've built the culture of Prime and that. That's awesome.
So I'm sure you're probably a mentor to a lot of the young people.
You know what? People have a misconception of mentor and mentee. A lot of people say, mentor, you do this, you do this, you do this if you want to get here. I think the mentor and mentee relationship goes back and forth. If I'm your mentor, you're my mentee, but we're teaching each other things as we go along.
Yes.
So not only am I able to rub off on them, but they're able to rub off on me. They teach me things each and every day.
Wow.
How to deal with different types of attitudes, how to deal
Yes.
with different types of life issues that they have. You know,
Yes.
everything may be perfect in my life, but it's not in yours.
Right.
But you're coming to me to actually handle it, you know.
Yes.
People forget this aspect all the time, that personal training is a personable relationship. It's a very intimate relationship. And a lot of people forget that you're actually coming to me, you're confiding in me with a lot of different things, you know, and that's what you want to get to for your women to tell you about their relationships, for your men to tell you about their relationships. That's what you want to get to as a trainer. That's what we want to get to. And that's why we're not called personal trainers. We're actually called life trainers.
I
Okay,
like
yes.
that.
Yeah,
I really
that's
like
awesome.
that. That
Yeah,
sounds
life
really
trainer.
good.
Yeah, we want to impact your life.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And do you think, as far as a person who wants to say get serious about it, I mean, we're inundated with all good and bad information, true and false stuff, right? So where can a person, say like me, I'm just hitting my 50s.
Look good, Richard.
Thank you, I appreciate that. And I agree with you, you're very perspective. How would I want to start? What is the first thing I should do if I say, okay, I'm going to take serious? What do I do?
First thing you have to do is make it up in your mind.
Okay,
This is what I'm going to do.
okay.
A lot of people say, hey, let me start working out before I go see a trainer. Well, that's well and fine. However, if your mind is not in the right place,
Yes.
no matter where your body is, that training aspect is not going to work. So you have to make it up in your mind first and foremost that, hey, I am ready for this.
Yes.
This is what I'm ready to do. This is what I'm willing to do. And then you approach it.
Yes.
Okay? And what you can do is, you know, just start off walking.
Okay.
You know, take it slow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crawl before you walk, walk before you run. And if you start there, just preparing your body, preparing your mind, you can do it.
Wow.
That's really great. And can you just talk and maybe into that camera here and talk to young people that are trying to get a business started or something like that?
Yeah, so don't make it as hard as people make it seem. Yes, starting a business is tough. However, use your surroundings, use the people that are around you. Ask questions, make mistakes, get messy. That's from Miss Frizzo off the Magic School Bus. But definitely do it, you know. Don't let anyone deter you from your dreams and aspirations. It's going to get hard, but it's not supposed to be easy. I use this all the time. To climb a mountain, you have to grab onto the edges and the ridges to get to the top.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what entrepreneurship is. You know, you have to grab onto whatever whatever obstacles are thrown your way.
Yes.
Grab it, propel yourself forward. And that's the only way to succeed.
Yeah.
Wow.
And there really is no such thing as over-preparing for
No,
that.
by no means. I'm actually having an opportunity to talk about preparation within the next couple of weeks.
Oh, great.
So that preparation piece is everything.
Yes. Wow. And so again, with that passion aspect, do you think what made you not want to go, like when I think of somebody has that option to kind of go into the NFL, like what made you really you really had a smart head on your shoulders right there?
Yeah, well, honestly, the only reason why I played football because I was good.
Okay.
You know, I was fast, I was strong. Until 9th grade, I was bigger than everyone, so it was fun. And it was never, oh, I want to go to the NFL. You know, I think my parents had a lot to do with that. You know, think smart. You know, I wanted to actually enjoy family dynamic. I was able to see my parents love on each other. I wanted that, you know.
Right.
And as I got older, my parents didn't sugarcoat anything to me.
Okay.
You know, so I knew of the risk of playing NFL ball. But I actually got to a point where I believed that the Lord said, okay, this is enough. You've done enough in this realm of sports.
Yes.
What's the next level?
Right.
And I actually used football as that platform to get me to that next level, which is entrepreneurship.
Yes. And with your dad as a pastor, was your mom involved with the church? I mean, did you guys have a church?
So he's not a pastor, he's just a preacher. So he preaches at different churches.
Okay.
He's actually in the process of writing a book.
Awesome.
So I don't know when it's coming out. He's retired, so he takes his time with everything. But he went to different churches to preach. My mom wasn't involved as he was, but of course she was the support.
Right.
You know, he wouldn't be able to do anything without her,
Yes.
because she is that backbone piece for him.
Yes.
But that support from them was amazing. Yeah.
Wow. Any books in your future?
You know what? I'm not sure.
Okay.
If that's where the Lord has me to go, then by all means. I think I have a pretty interesting story, one that could be told, should be told. It just has to align with what the Lord has for me.
That's good. In your magazine.
A magazine, yeah,
Yes.
Prime Athletic Training and Fitness Institute magazine. First issue dropped this past January.
Awesome.
Yeah.
We're actually working.
Good, good.
It was great. Working on the second one right now.
Okay.
And we put a pause on it because I wanted it to be far and beyond what the first one was.
Okay.
So we actually went back into the drawing boards to change some things, add some things. So we're looking to release that maybe at the beginning of the fall, end of summer.
That's exciting.
So I'm definitely excited
Yeah.
for that second magazine to release.
Awesome. Is it going to be just an e-zine or something I can touch?
You'll be able to touch it.
All right,
Yeah,
all
you'll
right.
be able to touch it. I'm old school. You
Yes,
know.
sir.
That excites me to be able to hold a magazine
Yes.
and say, hey, this is
Yeah.
mine.
Yes.
So yeah, we'll definitely have printed copies. You'll be able to purchase them on our website at www.patfi.com, and it just stands for Prime Athletic Training.
Gotcha.
And fitnessinstitute.com. Or you can come to the gym and purchase them as well.
What sort of is in the magazine? What sort of?
We
what
have
got?
different things. So like you mentioned, the 3 F's, and we added a C to it. So the faith, family, fitness, and community. Okay, and that's what you will see in it. So in this issue, you'll see a little writing from my father,
Okay.
who talks about relationships.
Okay.
You'll see some nutritional tips.
Okay.
You'll see some wedding photos.
Good, good.
All right.
So that's your faith, that's your family, your
Right.
fitness. You'll see some fitness, so you'll see some of our testimonies for some of our clients. I think we actually have our kids in it for this issue, how they were able to use Prime's training
Wow.
and actually convert that to being able to be a better student. And then the community, just the different things that we're doing in the community.
Yes.
That's good. And tell everybody where you can be reached and your website and all that good stuff.
Yes, so again, our website is www.patfi.com. fi.com, and that's Prime Athletic Training and Fitness Institute. Our social media on all platforms, whether it's Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram, is Prime Institute. And I personally can be reached at Desmond, Desmond, L. Scott, on all platforms as well.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
So the biggest theme I heard from you is balance. I'm hearing balance. I'm hearing wholeness, completeness. It's not just about looking good, right?
Right, right. Yeah, it's definitely not. You know, you think about the most successful people in this world. I guarantee they work out more than they don't. Think about Google, right? Google has put a fitness facility within their headquarters because they know that a healthy employee is a more productive employee,
Right.
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So it's not just, like you said, it's not just about looking good. Yeah, I can look good. However, if my mind is not where it needs to be, I have nothing.
Right.
If my spiritual life is not where it needs to be, I have nothing. So that's what we come into play, you know, being able to take it all and make a wholeness of you.
And it must be great to, and you said your youngest client is 6.
Yeah.
It must be great to watch these people develop, especially from that end. And being a teacher, that's what's so awesome about your story, is that
Right.
your passion for teaching and that sort of, what I kind of call a tribe leader, really, to be
Yeah.
honest
Yes,
with you.
yes.
It must be wonderful. How does that feel when you finally see something come to fruition?
You know what? It's one of the greatest feelings in the world. I'm not a dad yet, so I can't see my kids get older. But even with adults, you know, being able to see them get better at something, just like, yes, this is why I do what I do. You know, you got better at this. You know, you weren't able to do 5 push-ups, now you're doing 10. You know, it took you 30 minutes to do 1,000 jump ropes, now it's taking you 20 minutes. You know, so those small victories is what it's all about.
Awesome. Well, Desmond, it was an absolute pleasure to talk to you today.
Yes,
I
it
know I'm
was. Yes, it
inspired.
was.
I don't know
am.
about you, honey,
Yes.
but I'm
Oh,
hitting
yes,
the
I am
weights when
too.
I'm done here. I'm hitting the weights. But it was
Yes.
awesome for you to come in. Your story is absolutely inspiring,
Yes, it was.
full of passion, and I would encourage anybody to go out there and check out Prime Training, and that's awesome. And we can learn more stuff. Keep an eye on this guy. I know I am, and he is definitely in the future. So thank you very much for joining TCT Public Report.
This has been Public Report. Public Report discusses the issues of interest and importance to our viewing area. Please remember that the views expressed by our guests are their own and do not necessarily represent the views of TCT or the station.
Hello, the Bible says wisdom is the principal thing. The Bible also says in all our getting, get understanding. Continue to support TCT because this television network is taking wisdom as well as understanding all around the world. But for it to continue to happen, they need your support.